In the first part, we concluded that we cannot suffer. No one can suffer if our mind does not bring various matters to concoct within. It doesn't mean not thinking. Listen to this continuously first. Also, not concocting means not thinking about it. That's not the case. The term not concocting means, for example, suppose someone closes a door. Someone sits next to you and makes a noise, or they forget to turn off their phone. Sometimes we're sitting quietly and suddenly a sound comes in and it makes us feel agitated. The feeling of agitation that arises is the result of concocting and clinging. Now, if there is no concocting or clinging, we hear everything as it is, understanding what each sound is. We live with an understanding of nature as it truly is. Now, this leads to another issue. Let me point out the problem first, so that the practice of Dhamma can directly address it. Another issue is that even if you understand what I'm saying, there are times when it actually happens, when it truly occurs, you can't stop it. For example, if someone criticizes us or complains or gossips about us and we hear it, we understand that we are processing the gossip in our mind. But if we don't want to process it, that means stopping. We still can't do it. When someone criticizes me, how can my mind just sit still? Sigh. We still can't stop it. The problem is not understanding. That's why I say the only thing left that we can connect internally with is the breath. We need to enter the mind through the breath. Now, when the breath serves as a bridge to connect to the inner mind, and the mind becomes calm, just as we see when the mind is calm. While there is interaction through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, or even our own mind, and it causes movement within, it is this calmness as a base that allows one to be aware. Today we have been with movement since we were children. I must say it like this. So we do not feel the movement. You might be confused. I once gave this example that if we are ants on a globe, suppose this is a globe and let the ant be on the world, just like we are on the earth now. Do you know that the earth rotates? Just indifferent, not believing, right? Even though it is rotating, if this is the earth and there is an ant standing and the globe, the ant also doesn't know that the earth knows that it is standing on a rotating object. How would it know? You have to take the ant outside. If the ant goes outside, it will see that the earth is rotating. Isn't that right? Our mind is the same. While everything is moving as one, we won't see it unless we step back from the mind that is in motion. What will cause us to step back to see this movement is we rely on concentration first. When concentration leads to tranquility, tranquility will initially serve as a reminder. Suppose there is an impact and we become dissatisfied. It will ripple beyond the baseline that equals 0. Therefore, when we are with this tranquility, it is tranquility that equals 0. Once there is an impact, the mind moves up to 1, 2, 3. It will rise above 0 and we will become aware. Mindfulness will arise on its own. We don't need to train to create mindfulness. We just need to remain in tranquility. When we taste something and there is a ripple, mindfulness will recall this moment. This is true mindfulness. Therefore, at the starting point, we need to rely on what I mentioned, that we must use the breath to reach the heart first. And then, as you see, just being aware of the breath, like the example in the clip we just watched, it calms the body. And when the body is calm, the mind is calm as well. They are the same thing. When the mind is calm, the body is calm. If the mind is not calm, the body is not calm. When you sit still and calm, your mind becomes calm, and so does your body. If you try to get someone whose mind is not calm to sit still, they won't be able to. If you invite someone who has never practiced, they won't be able to do it. They will complain when they are afraid. That's a sign of an unsettled mind. When the mind is not calm, the body is not calm either. But when the mind is calm, the body is calm too. Even if a foreigner doesn't understand the language, if the mind is calm, the body will be calm as well. But if you don't understand and get agitated, it shows that the mind is not calm. Therefore, the mind must be calm, because a calm mind becomes the foundation for everything to move forward. All right, as I mentioned, we will keep alternating between practice and listening to build understanding, and then practice again. This way, we can transform knowledge, which is mere understanding, into a deeper understanding within the mind. Let's meditate for about 10 minutes. Use the breath as a medium. Now you can probably visualize it. As soon as we become aware of the breath, our mind will gradually calm down. We have already seen the medium, which is the reality that arises, and our mind will slowly become calm, and we experience that calmness. We continue to rely on experiencing that calmness. It's not about maintaining it, but experiencing it. If the mind wanders off to think, it's not a problem. Thinking is natural. And then we just return to the breath. Things will calm down, just like that. Now, we need direct experience to see into our own mind. Thoughts are the movement of the mind. Therefore, we don't need to be irritated by thoughts. Pain is something that naturally occurs in the body. We don't need to be irritated or suffer from the pain, itchiness, or numbness of the body. We just stay with our breath as usual. Whatever changes occur, it's the body's matter. It's not that we will gradually become calm. Calmness in the mind. It's not the silence outside. Calmness in the mind, regardless of whether it's quiet outside or not. It will remain calm.